Alright. The best Livescope settings. we're gonna go through my setup and what I believe is the best Livescope settings for me. And I'm hoping you can maybe put in the comments down below of what your best settings are, or even while you're looking at mine, tell me what I can do better. But here we go. All right. So for starters, some of you guys may be afraid to mess with your settings. So let me show you a tip so you won't be so you won't have to worry about your settings. All right, what you want to select is go to your settings. Okay. The three dots. Everyone is used to this screen here where it says your gain, your depth, range, forward, etc., etc. But if you are timid or you say to yourself, man, I got my Livescope exactly the way I want it. I don't want nobody to mess with it. I'm so scared. I don't want to mess it up. Okay. Well, look at that little option there. There's a little star. I'm sorry, I hit that wrong button there, but there's a little star. If you hit that star and you go to this screen here, what you will see is, you know, from factory default is going to say bait ball, factory settings, pro save, and manage. Okay, what does that star represent? It's just like when you bookmark a page on your browser, your Chrome browser or whatever web browser you use to surf the web. That's a bookmark, aka save what I got. Okay. So let's say right now, before I do anything, I want to hit save. I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to say, what am I doing? Is this a new one? It is a new one. And let's name it anything. No can tell, because that's where I am. No can tell creek. Done. Okay, and here is where it's saving all of those settings, all of your settings that you already made while you were using your Livescope are now saved as long as you select include all. Right? Include all, yes, include, and then hit done. Okay, successfully saved. Right? No can tell. Boom. Save project. So now, when I go here and I'm going to show you what I do from a factory reset on how I set those settings. I'm just going to hit that little power button at the top. Not that one. Not that. Let's go back here and let's select those little three lines at the top now to go back. Sonar setup, installation, restore sonar defaults. It says restore default. No, this restore all sonar settings to factory value. Okay, cool. And it is back to factory default. All right. Now I'm going to give it a second. You know, I have my transducer set in auto, so it's going to automatically change from, you know, down to side to forward view. Now I'm going to show you the first couple of things that I do. All right. So now I'm going to go hit the settings. Boom. I'm going to go to sonar setup and appearance. Layout. Grid overlay. That's the first thing I'm going to take off, right? And then the next thing that I'm going to do is reverse range. I go for a minimum because I have a small 9-inch screen and I want more real estate up front. Then I'm going to hit back. Now I'm going to go to noise reject. Off. Ghost reject. Off. TVG. Off. Right? And I turn all of those off because it slows down this little 9-inch screen when I use either of those. Either it's in the back of my head or wherever it is, it's telling me that it's slowing down the action on this screen. It's a little small delay. So I take that off. Right? Now I'm gonna go, oh, there's one other thing that I changed. I changed the color scheme to moss. And I go back. Now, I also sonar setup, appearance, gain. I turn my gain up to about 70 to 80, 79 to 80. I turn my gain up. Done. Okay. Now here on my depth, I take that off of auto, and I normally fish, 30, have it at 30 feet. But I'm in a little deeper water at 30 feet, so let me just put it right there. And then I also take off the auto on the forward. And I when I'm searching for fish, I keep it at 100, and my gain right here on my screen, I keep that to about 70% is what I have my gain set for. Okay, so that's how. And throughout the day, and another option I'm gonna do here, I'm hitting the power button, the backlight. Change the backlight. I normally have my backlight up to about 90% and hit back. Right? So now you can adjust some of your gain, as you see fit throughout the day. I really don't care about how pretty my screen is. I like to see the reaction of the fish. So I really can turn that backlight down just a little bit. Kind of blue some things up a little bit. Let's go back and back. Okay? Now one other thing that you want to make sure that you check is how deep is the top of my Livescope to the water line. Okay? Alright, now I'm going to raise that up. Technically it shouldn't. I can actually see where the water line is right there, so I'm going to raise it up and measure that. Measure that water line. That ain't a good way. Oh, it's right there. Way right there. Okay. Okay. Right there. Okay. That is about 2 foot. 2 foot. Okay. 2 foot. 2 foot is what it shows to be. Okay, so now let's go ahead and make sure that that's in the same set. Let's go to sonar setup, layout, not layout, installation, install depth, 2 foot. That's how far the water line is to the top of my Livescope. Alright, now You may think that's it, but there's more. Here's one other thing a lot of us don't do, and let me show you the difference real quick. As you can see here on my maps, if I zoom in, that's only the guideline on that little boat, right? There's something else missing. When you're driving, that thing doesn't line up as fast as you are driving, because it's due to the GPS. So here's one other option that helps me out to let me know what I'm looking at as far as on the map and my perspective outside. So here's another thing that you want to do. All right, look, looks like there's a crappie sitting right there above them. Oh. Sonar setup, installation, calibrate. Right now, I'm gonna calibrate. Now, here's how I calibrate. I give my little boat a head start on the spin. Right. So we're currently spinning in a circle. Now I'm going to begin my calibration. Those were a lot of settings that we changed. So you need to calibrate your stuff. Just about there. Alright, we'll take that 88, 86%. I wish that we can get like 100%, but you know, the way I'm set up, heck, if I go any faster on that spin, it'll raise up out of the water, my little transducer pole. Alright, now check this little jewel out here. Now, when you look at your charts, look at what I got now. Now, every time I turn my transducer, it follows the contours on the map. I get that little extra thing right there. That little extra tool helps you out. Alright, well, that's it right there. Those are my settings. Those are my Livescope #1 settings. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Was it something that I missed? Alright. Now let's go get them.